Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 16th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Thursday and Friday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in today. And also, we're going to take a look at the tropical weather outlook, as we got three areas of disturbed weather we need to look at in this broadcast. If you missed my forecast earlier today, go back and check it out. I went into more detail on it at the beginning and also at the end of the video. So you're welcome to check it out because I had more detailed weather forecast on them three disturbances. Okay, if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe today. That way you get a chance to view my forecast and also you get to interact with me here on YouTube. And also if you can like these videos and share these videos, and also, like I said, please consider subscribing if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed yet. Like I said, I do the forecast twice per day unless something comes up that I can't do it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're going to dive on into the weather forecast. Alrighty, we still got quiet conditions up here around Quebec, Canada, through southern Canada, all the way back to the southwestern portion of Canada as well. Also, we got some dry conditions expected for Seattle, Washington, portion of northern Oregon. Also down towards San Francisco, Los Angeles, the Gulf of California, northern and central Mexico, through Texas, around the Houston and Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas area. Also through Mississippi, Alabama, toward the Atlanta metro area. Also in the portions of North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, back into Missouri, Kansas, toward Denver, Colorado. Also in the Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin regions as well. Alright, and we have some shower and thunderstorm activity reported from Oregon, down in Northern California, through Nevada. Also down in Arizona, right along the Arizona-Mexico border. Also in the portion of New Mexico and Colorado. Also again down here in the portion of southern Louisiana, the Gulf of Mexico. Also down to the Florida Panhandle, to the Florida Keys, the Miami area, through Columbia, South Carolina, all the way up toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, portion of Maine, New Hampshire, over toward Montreal and Toronto, Canada, back toward Chicago, Illinois, and also up here around the Great Lakes region of Michigan as well, and Wisconsin as well. Alright, in the gray-slashed area, we're portion of Montana and Washington State. We have some fire weather possible, critical fire weather possible in that region. Getting a little tongue-tied there, folks. Sorry about that. Alright, let's move on to your forecast for Friday. As you can see here, we got quiet conditions extended from Quebec, Canada, down toward Montreal and Toronto, Canada, all the way back to the central and southwestern portion of Canada as well. Also over towards Seattle, Washington area, portion of Oregon, Idaho as well. Also down toward Los Angeles, Central California, down to the Gulf of California. Also into portions of northern and central Mexico, through much of the central and eastern portion of the United States, from Texas all the way to portions of South and North Dakota, through Minnesota, all the way over toward Toronto, Canada, like I said, through Pennsylvania, New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, D.C., that is, excuse me, Boston getting some shower and storm. We'll get to that in a minute. And also quiet conditions through the Carolinas, Georgia, also around the Atlanta metro area as well. Alright, now we get to the shower and thunderstorm activity over here, portions of just east of Montreal and Toronto, Canada, and New York State, New Hampshire, also in the Maine and around the Boston area. A little bit along the outer banks of North Carolina, right along coastal areas of the Carolinas, down into Florida, toward the Miami area and the Florida Keys. Also down into the Gulf of Mexico and the Florida Panhandle as well. Alright, showers and storms in portions of southern Canada, right along the Montana-Canadian border. A little bit in portions of South and North Dakota. Some shower and thunderstorm activity over the portion of Idaho, that is, excuse me. And also over to Northern California, Nevada, down in the portion of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, around the Denver area. In the red slashed area, there could be some flash flooding and heavy rain possible over portions of Utah and Arizona for your Friday. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar across the nation here. We're going to look at some shower and thunderstorm activity. We got some of that activity here in portions of southern Canada, around Lake Superior, all the way back down into just north of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Also back over toward central Minnesota there as well. We got a little bit up in portion of northern Maine, some scattered activity through New York, just north of Albany. Also got some scattered activity just north of New York City, and also south of Albany, and also down towards Sacramento, just east of San Francisco, towards Fresno. Also down toward Los Angeles, some scattered showers there. Some scattered showers down here around San Diego as well. Northern portion of Mexico over toward Tucson and Phoenix, getting a few scattered showers in your area. Northern New Mexico, around Denver, Colorado, a little bit just southeast of south of Salt Lake City. Also some scattered showers over here just north of El Paso, New Mexico. Also over here in portions of northern Mexico as well. Some scattered activity just west of San Antonio, southern portion of Texas as well, just south of San Antonio. Also, we got some scattered showers western Cuba. We got a numerous showers and storms extending from southern Georgia through Jacksonville, through Orlando, near the Tampa area, down toward Miami, Florida. Also off in the coastal waters there, all the way off the mid-Atlantic and southeast coast. Also, we got some scattered showers and storms also down into around the Savannah, Georgia region. Also into portions of the Charleston area of South Carolina. Also all the way up into portions of Florence, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. Just west of Myrtle Beach. Also in the portion of southeast North Carolina. And also in the Outer Bank region there as well. Alright, across the nation. Alright. As you can see, we got some special weather statements up here in portions of Vermont. Excuse me. Also, we got some flood advisories. Also, a few flood warnings also in effect for portions of eastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina as well. Also down in the portions of central and northern Florida, southeast Georgia. Got a special weather statement there. Also, a special marine warning also in effect off the east coast of Florida and southeast Georgia. Still got that heat advisory down here in portions of Oklahoma, also into much of Texas. It says some heat warnings also coming back for you guys as well into central and eastern Texas. Also, we got some heat advisories over here in portions of southern New Mexico, also into central California, southern California, much of Oregon, much of Idaho, western and central portions of Montana as well. Red flag warnings in effect for northern California and also there in portions of southern portions of Oregon. Same in northern portions of Idaho and northern portions of Montana. Alrighty. Also, excessive heat warnings also in effect for portions of California and portions there of Oregon and much of Washington State as well. Got some wind advisory for portions of Montana. Fire weather watches there also. Wind advisory for portions of northern North Dakota. Also northwestern portions of Minnesota. Air quality alert there as well. Special weather statement there also. We got some flood advisories for coastal flood advisory for northern Michigan. Beach hazard statements also for Michigan all the way over toward New York State. Alright. Wind advisory reports of Alaska. Northern and central Hawaii and Chain Island looks good. Central and south. Gale warning is there. Also a tropical storm warning also in effect for western Mexico as well. Alright, Storm Prediction Center overview. Alright, as you can see here, there's that marginal risk in the southeast. There's that slight risk and also portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. Scattered activity out west. The convective outlook, this is currently what you see. General thunderstorms in the lighter green over here. Where's that marginal slight risk there? Marginal risk along the southeast coast, also down into Florida. Watches, we do not have no watches in effect. MDS, a watch possible for this region here. That line of showers and storm moves through your region. Storm reports today, we had 0 tornado report. Wind report, we had 5, 0 was high. Hail report, we had 0, total number 5. Currently, they took place over portion of central South Carolina, southern Georgia, and also into eastern Florida. Alrighty, now let's take a look at the fire weather. Still got an ISO dry spot over here in portions of Northern California, and also into portions of southwest and central Oregon State. Alright, finally we're going to wrap it up with the National Weather Service Hurricane Center. Like I said, don't forget to check out my earlier broadcast. I go into more detail on these systems. This is just an updated forecast. This is at 2 p.m. this afternoon. This system here, what you see over here near the African coast, over the Cabo Verde Island. This system here has a 40%. This one here has a 50%, and this one has a 20% over the Gulf of Mexico. But nothing has formed yet, but something could form early next week. Excuse me. Alright, let's go over a few things here. The 50% one, this is over the central tropical Atlantic. We have a disorganized shower and thunderstorm located over the central tropical Atlantic, or associated with an elongated trough of low pressure centered about 750 miles west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Island. Environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression can form during the next several days, while moving to the west or west-northwestward at about 10 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic. Alright, formation chance through 48 hours, like I said, 30%. Formation chance through 7 days is at 50%. Alright, here's the eastern tropical wave near the Cabo Verde Island. That's what I was just showing. It's producing a large area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm. This system is forecast to move toward the west-northwest at about 15 miles per hour. Within the area of low pressure expected to form in a day or so, just to the west of the Cabo Verde Island. Further development of the low is possible, and a tropical depression could form over the weekend before environmental conditions become unfavorable for early next week. Alright, formation chance through 48 hours, 30%. Formation chance through 7 days, 40%. Alright, here's the one I was talking about, the Gulf of Mexico, western Gulf of Mexico. A broad area of low pressure could form in the central and western Gulf of Mexico. And by the beginning of next week, some slow development of the system is possible thereafter as it moves westward and approaches the western Gulf of Mexico. Coastline by the middle of next week. Formation chance through 48 hours, and 0%. Formation chance through next 7 days is 20% at this time. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing. We'll catch you back in the next video. Have a great Wednesday evening, folks.